The Philippines is planning to boost its military presence in the disputed South China Sea. This comes on the heels of a report citing Western officials that China is building on previously unoccupied features in these disputed waters. Authorities in Beijing have rejected the allegations. More from CNA's Buena Berno.
The Philippines Defense Department directed the armed forces of the Philippines to strengthen its presence in the West Philippine Sea, which is how the country calls its territory in the larger South China Sea. The Defense Department said this is following monitored Chinese activities near Thitu Island, locally known as Pag-asa Island, which is occupied by a Filipino civilian population but also claimed by Vietnam, Taiwan, and China. Now, the monitored Chinese activities were not further elaborated by the Defense Department, but there were two important developments prior to the issuance of its statement. Number one is Bloomberg reporting of Chinese reclamation in the disputed Spratly Islands in the South China Sea, and the Chinese embassy in the Philippines calling that fake news. Number two is another round of war of words between the United States and China, particularly United States State Department spokesperson Ned Price calling on China to respect international rules in the South China Sea, particularly an arbitral award in 2016 that invalidated China's 9-line claim. That statement was in relation to reported escalation of Chinese vessels swarming the area. But the Chinese embassy in the Philippines responded by saying that the United States was simply stoking tensions between the Philippines and China, and that China prefers bilateral mechanisms to address the dispute. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s foreign policy has been, as previously articulated, one where the Philippines is friends to all, enemies to none. But against the backdrop of a U.S.-China superpower rivalry, this is increasingly easier said than done. Mr. Marcos Jr. is set to visit China early next year, and this will mark his first state visit to a country outside of ASEAN. Buena Berno, CNA, Manila.